Okay, guys, so today we're going to talk about the team perks, the must-have team perks, and how to get them. Hey guys, come and join us at twitch.tv/TeamVASH. We stream 18 plus hours a day, and we're the most active Save the World streamers on the planet, so come and join us and be a part of the team. Okay, so we're going to start off with Underdog. Underdog is one of my favorite team perks in the entire game. This thing is an absolute freaky ability. And it increases the amount of healing that you receive based on how many enemies are around you. The more enemies that are around you, the more that you heal whenever you trigger a healing ability. The most noteworthy healing abilities is Survivalist, which is every time you kill something, you heal over time. And also the Smoke Bomb from the Ninja. Those two abilities are two of the best healing abilities in the game. They're the ones that are changing the game right now. And they have insane synergy with the Underdog perk. Also, take in consideration your healing gadget. If you use the healing gadget, again, the more enemies that are surrounding you, the more you're going to heal for. Very, very powerful ability to give you that extra sustain and survivability to keep you in the battle doing damage instead of dying. So I would say Underdog is a super important ability, and you need to make sure you get it. How do you get it, Migs? Carbide. Alright, so if you want to have the Underdog ability, you need to make sure that you get Carbide. Carbide is one of I would just say all of the team perks come from mythics, right? Yeah, all of the team perks come from mythic heroes. Each mythic hero gives you a different team perk unlock, and Carbide is the one that you want to get if you need to unlock the Underdog skill. Supercharge Traps is the next one. Supercharge Traps increases the damage of traps affected by base by 8.5% for each constructor. So the more constructors you have in your support tree, the stronger your trap damage is going to be. So very cool, a very powerful ability. It's an absolute monster, and this one is unlocked by Mega Base Kyle. Mega Base Kyle is extra noteworthy because you can get him from the classic set, so you don't even need to use vouchers to unlock him. You just need to go and use your flux and your training manuals and go pick him up, and boom, you're going to have your very own Supercharged Traps team perk. Alright, Bioenergy Source, Meegs. Okay, so for each hero with 3 or more stars, recover shield equal to the 0.25 of your energy lost. So this one here is an excellent ability that gives you shield regeneration based on how often you're using your energy. Basically, the more energy you use, the more shields you're going to generate. This is an incredibly powerful ability if you are using characters that use skills all the time. So this one here is an absolute must-have for certain builds. It's a staple in some of my survival characters. And this one you get by unlocking Link's Cassandra. So she's in the store right now, and if you didn't pick her up, you need to make sure you get your hands on her, because not only is she a powerful, fun character in and of herself, but she's going to unlock one of the extremely valuable team perks. Alright, so recycling, Migs. So we're going to look at recycling here. The base generates resources based on affected structures. Higher tier structures generate more resources. Interact with the base to collect. Requires 2 constructors. So this one is really good in situations where you are really lazy and you want to generate a bunch of free materials so that you don't have to farm. This was actually a hugely beneficial skill in the Frost Knight Horde mode. If you ever come up to a Horde mode again in the future, this is going to be a prime time ability for generating long-term resources, and you're going to want to make sure you pay special attention to this ability. How do you get this one, Migs? This one is a regular team perk that is not unlocked by a mythic. This is one that you just have right off the bat. Alright, what about Shake It Off, Migs? We got decreases duration of elemental status effects by 50%. So what this is every time you get hit by a fire husk or an energy husk or a water husk, they apply an elemental status effect. The water guys slow you down, the fire guys burn you over time, and the energy guys interrupt you and drain your energy. This one will decrease that effect by 50%, which is okay. It's not bad. The status effects are pretty annoying, and being able to cut them in half will save you a lot of frustration. But honestly, this one doesn't really make the cut for a lot of my builds. I've never really had this as a staple in any of my builds. It's more of a convenience skill and not an essential. How do you get this one, Migs? This one you actually get by unlocking Sub-Zero Zenith. Sub-Zero Zenith is an insanely powerful sniper character, and you're probably going to want to get him just on the basis of how strong he is in and of himself. He is an incredibly overpowered feeling character at the moment with just beastie skills, in and of the fact that he also gives you an additional team perk option. All right, so the 1-2 punch is completely uninteresting, so we're going to skip that one because that's trash. So now, Migs, we're looking at Preemptive Strike. For each hero or epic of or higher rarity with at least 4 stars, you increase the damage by 6.5% against full health enemies. So this one is an incredibly powerful ability, especially when we're talking about high single shot damage weapons. Weapons like the Old Betsy or the Yeoman. This is a freaky ability that gives you a nice little bonus damage, and that 6.5% is fairly significant when you're shooting really high damaging shots to begin with. You're basically going for that one-shot kill. So this is an incredibly powerful ability that I use in a lot of my builds, just because it's extra damage, and it's one of the very few just straight up extra damage abilities that you can get. This one is unlocked by getting your hands on Raven. The mythic hero Raven is the character that you need if you want to unlock the Preemptive Strike. So now we're going to be looking at the Boom Bass. Bass Blast Steel Wool music, which is super cool, by the way. You put your bass down and you basically have a concert going on. This thing's going to rock out some music for you, and it's pretty fun, pretty entertaining. This increases your damage by 12% and your critical rating by 15 for allies within 5 tiles. So a pretty decent, span outside your base. You got to stay within the base, within around the base. 5 tiles is not super long, but it's long enough that you can function offensively quite effectively and get a really nice little damage bonus, and a damage and critical rating bonus. So this one is very powerful. The biggest problem is that you need 2 Steel Wool Sid members in your support tree to be able to access this ability. This one here, you get the Boom Bass by unlocking the mythic hero Sid. Sid is not in his best days anymore. He used to be incredibly powerful, but those days are kind of gone. He's lost a lot of oomph, but the Boom Bass is still one of the most powerful abilities if you can fit it into your skill set without hindering yourself too much. All right, Phase Blaster, Migs. Every 5 seconds, your next shot will fire a phase pulse, which deals a bunch of damage, bunch of energy damage to the target. So every 5 seconds, you get a super shot. So this one, you need to get Field Agent Rio to unlock the Phase Blaster team perk. This one's actually pretty powerful and pretty fun, and has some pretty relevant combo potential with Rio herself. It's a really good ability, honestly. This one is a nice chunk of extra damage every 5 seconds, and yeah, if you guys use this one, I think you're going to end up really liking it. But the requirement for using this one is 2 Outlanders in your support tree, so likely only the Outlanders are going to be, really seeing play. This is not going to be something you're ever going to see on a soldier, because soldiers are going to run with all soldiers, and every other class is going to run with mostly soldiers. So only specific Outlanders are going to actually be able to use this effectively. Hunter's Instinct, we're just going to skip over this one. This one is it's a meme ability that only affects you at night. Which is like, who cares? We're looking for things that are really good all the time, not a nighttime meme ability. So if you want the Hunter's Instinct, you got to go unlock Dire. Slow your roll. Okay, this is actually an incredibly powerful ability. Slow your roll. Freeze melee attackers for 2 seconds. Miss monsters are slowed by 43%. So whenever anything attacks you, it totally messes them over. It's a great survival tool. It makes it so enemies can't continuously hit you. They can't chase you. It'll slow them all down, freeze them, and yeah, it's pretty great. It requires 3 heroes with 3 or more stars to activate, and you get this one by unlocking the mythic hero Ragnarok. Hot Swap is actually a pretty decent ability that is really hard to meet the requirements for. The weapon eliminations increase weapon damage by 13% for 15 seconds. Each weapon type can only apply 1 stack of this effect. So pretty nuts, right? Like if you actually have 3 different weapons on you, you can go and kill something, switch, kill something, switch, and you can end up with 3 stacks of weapon damage, you know, stacking up to 39% bonus damage, which is insane. However, most people aren't going to use 3 different weapons. And certainly the requirement of having 1 hero of each class in your support slot is very, very sketchy and largely unlikely that you're going to bother using this one. How do you get hot swap, Migs? So hot swap is not my favorite ability, and I've never found a top tier build where I had 1 of each class in my support slot. That seems like a really bad idea. But if you do want to use this one, Quick Draw Calamity is the hero you need to unlock. She's the mythic you need to unlock the hot swap. All right, so shifting gears doesn't matter. There we go, Long Arm of the Law, Migs. So Long Arm of the Law is an absolutely 100% need to get ability if you are going to be the greatest striker, the greatest resource gathering character in the game. This one is a default that you get automatically without having to unlock a specific mythic character. It increases your anti-material charge range by 1, which when comboed with Archaeologist turns her into a literal farming god. She is unstoppable, and she's better than Striker ever was. So Long Arm of the Law, 2 thumbs way up. All right, and now we've got Dim Mak, Migs. So for each ninja, Shadow Stance regenerates 2.7 shields per second. So if you are using Shadow Stance, basically if you are attacking with melee, and you want to regenerate your shields, this is the one for you. This is a default ability that you can use automatically, so you don't need to unlock any mythic heroes to access it. So if you want to toy around with absolutely insane amounts of shield regeneration, then maybe give this one a try for all you melee ninjas out there. Endless Shadow is one of my favorite abilities in the entire game. If you are running a melee ninja, this is a dream come true. This one increases Shadow Stance duration by 4 seconds for each ninja that you have in your support slot. So best case scenario, you have 5 times 4. You end up with an extra 20-second duration on your Shadow Stance, which is just stupid. It's like ridiculous. Like what? I get to be a shadow for 20 seconds? That's wildly powerful. So yes, this one has incredible synergy with Swordmaster Ken, who gets increased damage based on being in Shadow Stance. It also increases your armor. You just run around with heavy armor because you're going to be shadowed up all the time. And this one is a freaky ability, and you get this one by unlocking, was it Bladestorm Enforcer? Endless Shadow. Bladestorm Enforcer, that's correct. That's what I thought. Yeah, the Endless Shadow is unlocked by collecting the mythic hero Bladestorm Enforcer, and is a must-have if you're going to be using that type of hero. Soaring Mantis is a completely unnecessary ability that is one of the most entertaining fun abilities in the entire game. So Soaring Mantis allows you to jump 2 additional times, allowing you to soar through the air, covering huge amounts of the map, and having really hilarious special synergy with the Spectral Blade, which allows you to reset your jump and then jump an additional 3 times. Just jump, Spectral Blade, jump, and just keep jumping and blading until your Spectral Blade eats up all your energy, and then you finally have to come back to the ground. Crazy ability. This one is unlocked by unlocking the mythic hero Wukong. Okay, so we're going to look at the Keep Out team perk next. So for each soldier, Frag Grenade leaves an energized area dealing 12 damage per second for 6 seconds, base radius, and increases by 40% with each match. This is a default ability that you get without having to pick up any mythic heroes. And if you like those Keep Out grenades and that big, huge, massive damage, this is a really fun ability. All right, so now we have a round trip. All right, so we're looking at round trip. Makes throwing stars return to you, dealing damage again on their way back. What? So this one requires that you have 2 ninjas of legendary or higher rarity to use, and you unlock this one by unlocking the mythic hero Cloaked Star. So for all you Ninja Star fans out there, this is a really, really powerful fun ability, although I've used it and I was largely unimpressed with Ninja Stars as a whole. Alright, so cool customer. We're going to skip over that one because I don't see anybody ever actually using that one. It seems like a really weak ability, and it's a soldier only ability, and yeah, doesn't really interest me at all. Okay, guys, so that is all of the the team perks that are currently available. Hopefully, this gives you a good idea of what's out there and how to get them, and hopefully, this will allow you to really craft the character build that really works for you and helps to fully propel you into the upper echelons of character creation power. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and comment down below if there's any other videos you'd like me to cover. Catch you guys next time. So if you like this video, come check us out on Twitch. We Twitch stream 15 to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single morning starting at 9 a.m. We'd really appreciate the support. We're working really hard to grow the Twitch channel, so come and check us out. Come help us grow and be part of TeamVASH. Thanks, guys.